Hey guys, I'm going to bring you a comparison look between the Galaxy Nexus and the Blackberry Z10. This is just for fun for like anyone who's still using a Galaxy Nexus and hasn't found a reason to switch to the Nexus 4 yet and might be considering the Blackberry Z10. Okay, let's just go ahead and boot both these phones up. I know a lot of you guys are going to complain, oh man, they're not the same ecosystem, etc, etc, they're made for different stuff. Well, not really. Like, they're both competing phones now, so it's fair game to compare them, and this is just to help people out, so just stay tuned. Okay, so they're both pretty slow at booting. Galaxy Nexus is a pretty old phone. It came out in November 2011, so just keep that in mind. And the Blackberry Z10 just came out today, which is February 5th, 2013. And like as you saw there, Galaxy Nexus still booted quicker. It's running Android 4.2.1 or whatever the latest Android version is, by the way. Stock, no weird kernels or anything. The only thing I'm using is SwiftKey, but I'm not really going to talk about keyboards anyways. The Blackberry Z10 does have an amazing keyboard. It's one of the best keyboards I've ever used. It's probably even better than the SwiftKey keyboard on Android. Okay, so there finally Blackberry booted up. The UI like kind of looks like the Galaxy UI on the Samsung phones. Okay, now let's just do a browser test real quick. I'm not going to go into like too much depth. This is just like quick overview just to help you guys out. And for you guys always complaining that like, oh, this guy didn't clear the cache on this phone. I'm just going to clear the caches on both phones just to make things fair here and to just show it to you guys. Like, I wanted to see this for myself to see which phone was faster. Like, as you can see, I still have the screen protector and everything on the Z10. I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to keep this phone yet. So far, find it kind of laggy for the UI, and that might be an issue for me. Now, let's go to theverge.com and see which one loads quicker. So it went on Bing on the Z10 and Google on the Galaxy Nexus. It started loading quicker there, but the Z10, they ended honestly at the same time, but the Z10 was just loading elements and stuff quicker. Like there, the Z10 clearly won. It's kind of hard to tell by looking at the video here, but the Z10 screen is a lot better in my opinion than the Galaxy Nexus, which is an AMOLED screen. The Z10 is IPS. I'm just going to turn the brightness up to make it kind of more comparable. It's just so hopefully you guys can see or get a glimpse of why the screens may be better. Let's go on the Verge full site, see which one loads faster. Galaxy Nexus looks like it's getting wrecked, but the Galaxy Nexus looks like it just destroyed the Z10. I know the Z10 is supposed to have super high benchmark scores and everything, but look at this old Galaxy Nexus chugging along and keeping up pretty well. And it's done, whereas the Z10 is still loading if you look at the blue bar. Now let's go open it and open a few links up. Here you see that the Z10 started quicker, and I'm not even going to let it finish. I'm just going to start going into the pinch to zoom. Galaxy Nexus definitely has some pinch to zoom issues. It always has. Probably always will. You guys are going to say it doesn't, but whatever. Like, I'm not being a fanboy here. It legitimately does. The Z10 has like has issues as well. The pinch to zoom is just smoother on the Z10. Just look at that Blackberry keyboard. It's so nice looking. Like, I really like the UI of the keyboard. I'm using SwiftKey, so it's just custom themes and stuff. Let's go to BBC. I accidentally went on. It automatically picked up BBC on the Z10 and went there just by search. On the Galaxy Nexus, I had to go to Google. Okay, now let's open this Dell link up real quick. Pretty even. I mean, pretty even. Nothing like too crazy here. I didn't even manage to click this the link there that time on the Galaxy Nexus, so you can ignore that if you want. I'm not going to cut it out. Let's click this food link. look at the Galaxy Nexus here. Not only did it load quicker, but it also has more elements on the page. Like, let's go to the top of the page. You see those arrows? It's not even there on the Z10. Honestly, the web, I don't know what it is, but the web browsing experience on the Z10 just seems very like old. It reminds me of browsing on phones that don't have a high resolution or something, even though this phone has a pretty good resolution. It's a good phone. I still have tons of gripes with it. Let's go to the desktop site. Pretty comparable. Pinch to zoom is decent here. Still, like, the FPS on the pinch to zoom on the Z10 just seems better than it is on the Galaxy Nexus. As you can see, the Z10 is very gesture based. Like, there's no buttons or anything, so you have to like swipe away and stuff like that. The UI for the icons on the Z10 look like garbage in my opinion. It reminds me of Samsung's weird thing. I'm not a fan of that, like the weird bezels and stuff that they have going on, but it's just my personal preference. I'm not trying to hate too hard on RIM, but I mean, they've been working on this phone for a long time, and if you can see swiping back and forth, it's faster on the Galaxy Nexus compared to the Z10. I don't know if the video does a really good job, but the Z10 looks pretty not laggy, just slower. As for the email experience, it's okay on the Z10. I'm a Gmail user, heavy Gmail user, so I actually prefer email on the Android phones, but that's me, personal preference. Overall, there's some UI elements on the Z10 that I like more than on the Galaxy Nexus. One thing I'm going to show you that annoyed the heck out of me was the Maps application on the Z10. It's just so bad. Like, in this day and age, after what Apple did and everything, like, you need a good solid Maps application. I was trying to do turn-by-turn navigation and I couldn't even get it working on the Z10, so I didn't bother putting it up on video. But as you can see here, like, the Galaxy Nexus, which is an old phone now, super old compared to current standards, and the maps are good on there. The Z10's garbage maps. Like, they need to fix that up or partner up with Google or something. Let's go to the app stores on both the phones. The Blackberry App Store is actually pretty nice looking, like, right as you get into it. However, one issue I had was, like, I like downloading free apps. I don't pay for that many apps. And I tried looking for top free apps on the BlackBerry world, and I couldn't even find it. I found this trending thing, and that's about it. The App Store on the Galaxy Nexus, it's whatever. I don't really like the UI of it, but it's fine. It's pretty good on the Z10 as well. Here you can see the multitasking windows for both phones. Pretty good. What else can I show you guys? Let's get into some voice stuff.
What do you want to search for?
Lakers score.
Searching the internet for Lakers score.
As you can see here, it doesn't even go to the hub in the browser. Like, most of the people are going to be doing browsing on their phones. You should be able to easily access the hub.
James.
Calling James on mobile. Cancel.
Sorry, didn't even have the volume up on the Galaxy Nexus.
Navigate to Toronto.
want to search the
The
internet or
Z10
navigate
just
to
doesn't pick up
Toronto?
like 99% of the stuff that I'm trying to get. Like, I was just hoping it was kind of comparable to Google Now or
No.
Siri, but it's
The
not.
voice
It's
command
just
wasn't
not.
understood. Try
However,
repeating your command.
on the Z10, the voice, like, it picks up your
Email
voice
myself.
really well. And I tried putting a bunch of
What would you
text
like to
messages
do?
and stuff together off video, and it managed to pick up 80, 90%
Send an
of what I
email
was
to
saying
myself.
accurately. In this video here, you can see that it's
Unable to
pretty
find
miss.
myself in
It's
your
like it can't do a
contacts.
lot of
What would
things.
you like to do?
It's it reminds me of
Send
a
an email
worse
to
version of
test@gmail.com.
S-Voice, which is pretty bad. Like, S-Voice is garbage, and this is even
Who
worse.
would you like to send an email to?
Test@gmail.com.
So I'm just trying to send a random email to,
Cancel.
test, and it doesn't even pick it up there, so forget that. Now, the Z10 definitely has some UI issues, like in certain apps, like if you're in settings and you try to swipe down, it doesn't do anything. There's tons of apps missing on it too, like there's no Tap-a-Talk, there's no WhatsApp, there's no Flipboard, all these like really common apps that I use, they're just not even on the App Store yet, even though WhatsApp should be on there. And as for YouTube, there isn't even a YouTube app on there. It's just, it goes straight to the mobile website. I mean, Windows Phone does this too, but it's still pretty brutal. Like, it's 2013. Everybody goes on YouTube. You legitimately need a YouTube app. There's Facebook and LinkedIn and all this other stuff in here. Let's take a look at the camera. I found the shutter speed on the Galaxy Nexus faster than it was on the Z10. The Z10 was super laggy for some reason. If you just take a look at the flashes that are going on with the Z10, it's laggier than the Galaxy Nexus. I'm going to try switching the camera to front facing and see which one takes more pictures. It's probably going to be the Galaxy Nexus, because I found the Galaxy Nexus takes faster pictures than even the Nexus 4. As you can see there, the Galaxy Nexus is like going super quick. The Z10 is doing a decent job, but there's that. So right after this, I'm going to show you direct video footage between both phones, as well as picture footage. So let me know in the comments below which camera you think is better. The Z10 should have a better camera in theory, but it doesn't always work out. So stay tuned, guys. So here's the picture comparison between both the phones. The Galaxy Nexus is on the left, the Z10 is on the right. This is weird. I don't know why, but the Galaxy Nexus took better pictures in my opinion than the Z10. The colors just were more vivid, and in my personal preference, like, I prefer the Galaxy Nexus over the Z10. Now here's the video. Just doing a test video comparison between the Z10 and the Galaxy Nexus. Honestly, they're both pretty good. Yeah, it's really hard to tell like which one is smoother. They seem pretty good. Just by looking at the screens when doing the filming, I can't really judge to see which one is which camera is doing a better job. But I think I'm gonna give a slight edge to the Z10. Like, pictures are just looking crisper. As for the mic, you can judge for yourself to see which one is better. Thanks.